everyone, my name is Mengxue Yang, and the topic of our group presentation is Royal Dutch Shell plc and its cw1 burden. Okay, next. Our group consists of a total of 5 members. I'm responsible for introducing the content of our group's entire presentation. Boxili is mainly responsible for the background of the complaint and the background of the CEO. Chen Xuanyang is responsible for the analysis of the entire complaint regarding the ethical dilemma. Yiwei Ren is responsible for the analysis of the CEO's leadership style and theoretical basis. And Pengfei Wang is responsible for summarizing and putting forward suggestions and the induction reference. Okay, next. The next section is divided into 5 points to introduce the topic of our presentation and to analyze the relationship between leadership and management in Shell, namely the location of the complaint, the CEO, the business, the analysis, and the recommendations. Shell is registered in the UK, headquartered in the Heart, the Netherlands, with subsidiaries or operations in more than 114 countries and territories worldwide, and is one of the world's oil giants. His cw1 burden stepped down from 1 January 2014 until the end of 2022, but remains an advisor to the board of directors for the time being. He has held a number of executive positions at Shell, including head of upstream, head of chemicals, and chairman of Southeast Asia and Australia. He also played a key role in driving Shell's transformation into a cleaner and lower carbon business. He has also been an active advocate of innovation and collaboration in the energy industry, and he is committed to driving the company's sustainability strategy. At the same time, Shell has 5 core businesses: exploration and production, gas and power, gas, chemicals and renewables, and remain a significant competitor in the oil, energy, chemicals, and solar sector. In this session, we will look at the ethical dilemma and its theoretical underpinning and critically illustrate the leadership style, specifically the impact this has on the company as a whole, and clearly explain how CEOs manage and solve problems. And at the end, we need to give a good advice on the future development of the company and how to manage if a similar section arises, and what is the recommendation for the management of the level. Okay, thank you for listening, and that is end of my presentation. Welcome to next, Boxili.
Hello everyone, my name is Boxili, and the topic of our group presentation is Shell. Let me introduce its background. It is the second largest oil company in the world. Its predecessors was named Royal Dutch Petroleum by the special authorization of the Queen of the Netherlands and was founded in 1890. In order to compete with the largest oil company of the time, Standard Oil of the United States, Royal Dutch Petroleum merged with the British Shell Transport and Trading Company in 1907 to form the Royal Dutch Shell Group, which was named Royal Dutch Shell for the 1907 to the 2022. Between the 1910 and the 1915, the group from oil British born near Mexico and Venezuela and put it into the production. It also brought oil fields and established a network of sales operations in the Romania, Russia, Egypt, and Trinidad, and brought a 25% stake in the Turkish oil company in the Middle East. By the 1920s, the goods storage and distribution network has expanded to include many countries and regions around the world. In the 1954, Royal Dutch Petroleum was listed on the New York Stock Exchange, and by the 2022, Shell was ranked 15th on the Fortune 500 list of the world's largest companies. Okay, now let's move to the next part, leader. First of all, I will introduce Shell's founder, Marcus Samuel, a British Jew, mayor of the London and oil manager contemporary of the Rockefeller. Then we turn to the Ramboland, who has been CEO since 2015 and 14 and has led a serious change of the sales. The first major moving being a criticism of the rival to the first major to the British gas group, BG Group. A deal worth nearly $50 billion that tested Shell's financial position during the oil price crash, but pays huge dividends today as gas price soar. In the April 2020, Shell, led by Ramboland, announced its goal of achieving net zero emissions by 2050, and in February 2021, Shell unveiled in its Enable Progress strategy, announcing the company's main business will shift from the fossil fuels to clean energy, with half of its energy portfolio to be made up of the fossil fuels over the next decade. Shell plans to devise a range of $4 billion per year, gradually reduce oil production by 1 to 2% per year, and accelerate the development of the renewable energy. Shell's chairman, Sir Andrew Magnesius, commented that Ramboland leaves behind a financially strong and profitable company with a robust balance sheet, strong cash generation, and a compelling set of the growth operations. Meanwhile, Ramboland said in a statement, "It has been an honor and a privilege to serve Shell for nearly 40 years and lead the company for the past 9 years." Okay, that's all of my presentation, and welcome to the next one, Yang Chenxuan.
Hello everyone, my name is Chen Xuanyang. Shell is a global energy and chemical company with operations in many countries around the world. However, in recent years, the company has been exposed by suspect of pollution and environmental damage, which is not only case public concern but also case government suspicion and sensations. This problem has brought unavoidable mood dilemmas to Shell and have a significant impact on the company. First of all, this ethical problem has seriously damaged the reputation of Shell as a global company. The reputation is very important for Shell because it's directly after the company business and market performance. Once the company reputation is damaged, the company will face problems such as customer loss and sales decline. Next. The more dilemma faced by Shell mainly involves environmental damage and pollution. In recent years, Shell has been exposed to a number of environmental problems joining in business operation, including leakage and poor wastewater treatment, which directly affect the public and environmental health. This ethical dilemma has been as the following impact on Shell. Impact on the company reputation. More problem will bring negative publicity and public disgust the company, resulting in damage to the company image and reputation. Once the company reputation is damaged, the company will face problems such as customer loss and employee decline. Suffer from government censorship and penalty. Many countries and regulations have environmental protection regulation. If Shell fails to accompany with the regulation, it will face government penalties and fines, which will directly affect the company's financial situation and performance, damage to the employee moral and team cohesion. The extent of moral problem many case damage to employee moral and team cohesion, because employees may feel disgusted and disappointed with the company behavior. Next. Shell produces a large number of greenhouse gases and other pollution in the production of oil and natural gas used in global business. This emission directly leads to climate change and air pollution and has a seriously impact on the global environment in addition. Shell has been respectively a case of damage to the environment. In its business, for example, oil and chemical has been leaked into groundwater and water system during the frequent spill in Nigeria and other countries, which has a great impact on the health and livelihood of local residents. Next. Shell should acknowledge and face up its own problem and cannot cover an ingredient. Only by facing problems honestly and transparently can the public believe that the company is trying to improve the behavior. Secondly, shareholders need to take positive measures to improve the environmental behavior. The company can invest more resources and funds to strengthen the concentration and maintenance of environmental protection fastly to ensure that the company production process will not cause too much impact on the environment. In addition, the company can also adopt more environmentally friendly technology and measures to reduce the emission and waste to reduce the impact on the environment. Finally, shareholders need to actively communicate the cooperate with all sectors of society to jointly promote the case of environment protection. The company can cooperate with the government, environmental protection organizations, and other enterprises to jointly carry out environmental protection activity and projects to improve public awareness, to attention to environmental protection and promote the improvement of social environmental awareness. In this way, Shell can effectively deal with more dilemmas, protect the company interests and reputation, and also make contribution to society and the environment. In short, it's not easy for a company to face more dilemmas. However, by neglecting and facing problems, investing more resources and adopting environment protection, technology and cooperating with the society, Shell can effectively solve more dilemmas, protect the company interests and reputation, and make contribution to society and the environment. Thank you. At the end of my speech, welcome my next teammate Yi Wei.
Hello everyone, my name is Yi Wei. Crisis management usually requires a series of steps and decisions. The following are some basic steps in handling a crisis. The number one, capture and identify the crisis, understand and be aware of the nature and the scale of the crisis, and be able to identify and control it early. Number two, assess and analyze the crisis, understand the source, cause, impact, and the possible consequence of the crisis, and assess and choose the way to respond to it. Number three, monitor and evaluate the crisis response, track and evaluate the crisis response, and continuously optimize and improve the strategies and the way to respond to the crisis. Next page. Transformation leadership is a leadership style that aims to promote change and innovation in an organization by inspiring and motivating team members. Transformation leaders are typical characterized by the following. The number one, vision and goal originations. Transformation leaders are able to clearly articulate the organization visions and goal and lead team members to achieve their goal together by inspiration and motivating them. Number two, motivation and inspiration. Transformation leaders are able to inspire team members to be self-motivated and driven so that they spontaneously work towards the organization's goal. Number three, reflection and learning. Transformation leaders are able to reflect on the leadership behaviors and continue to learn and grow in order to continuously improve organization performance and effectiveness. Transformation leadership style inspire and motivation team members, foster innovation and change in organization leader to improve performance and effectiveness. Next page. Some factors that material theories may overlook. Material theories focus only on leaders, culture and values. In addition to material condition, culture and value also have an important impact on human behaviors and social institutions. For example, people's religious beliefs, moral values, and social customers can influence the way they behave and the function of social institutions. Kohlberg theory of the moral development is a psychological theory that aims to explain how individuals develop and grow morally. Kohlberg's theory is based on his long-term research, including studies of people of different age who have been tested on moral decisions making. Kohlberg divided moral development into three levels, each of which consists of two stages. Next page. Shell, multinational oil and gas companies, has often been accused of neglecting environment and social responsibility in its operations. One of the clearest examples of was the 2011, Spare from one of Shell's offshore oil platform in the Niger Delta, which result in tens of thousands of barrels of crude oil spilled into local water and farmland. The following are some critical analyses. Environment damage. Shell's oil spill in the Niger Delta was a serious environment damage event. The spill has polluted local water and farmlands, which has had an impact on the ecosystem and the livelihoods of local people. Although Shell has admitted liability and pay compensations, these measures may not fully compensate for the impact caused. Social responsibility. As a multinational companies, Shell is expected to take social responsibility, include protecting the environment and caring for the livelihoods of local people. However, Shell has been accused of falling in its social responsibility in the oil spill in Niger Delta, resulting in loss to the local populations. Transparency and integrity. Shell has also been quite criticized for the way it handles in the oil spill. Some critics has argued that Shell forced to disclose the seriousness of the accident in a timely manner and attempted to cover up the incident. This may have had a negative impact on the company's transparency and integrity, which in turn affect the company's image and reputations. Improvement. In the wake of the oil spill, Shell should take improvement to avoid a similar incidents for happening again. This may include improvement in terms of improving the company's safety standards, enhancing environment protection, and strengthening the company's social responsibility. That concludes my presentation. Welcome to the next Peng Fei Wang.
Hi, my name is Peng Fei Wang. Next is my summary and advice to share. I'm going to talk about the conclusion about the leader Wimbledon. Since taking the helm in 2014, Wimbledon has been leading on the front line rather than behind the scenes. He is a very ethical CEO with empathy and eager to make the world a more suitable place to live. Whether it's leading Shell's campaign to reduce the net carbon footprint by 50% by 2050, or cooperate with organizations such as the Climate-Related Financial Disclosure Working Group and the World Resources Institute to ensure that the company's plan becomes a reality. Wimbledon has recognized a problem that energy industry cannot ignore climate change, and moreover, he showed with the above actions that he would be committed to protecting the earth from the threats caused by some problems caused by the oil industry. Under the leadership of Wimbledon, Shell really showed up as a leader in climate change and alternative energy, and it gave a new definition to be a high quality corporate citizen in the energy industry. And on another hand, we found that in related fields of the extractive industry, although Shell's convenient energy supply has made an important contribution to the sustainable development of society. It has triggered another global side effect of climate change, which has damaged the local environment and exacerbated the greenhouse effect because management problems cause wage leakage. Next is my recommendations. And first of all, how to manage similar problems in the future. Actively participate in international cooperation and develop core oil gas open capture and storage technology. And second, accelerate the transformation of energy structure and invest in solar, hydropower, and wind energy to avoid wasting hydrocarbons. On the other hand, suggestions on management standards encourage innovation, equality, active social responsibility, and a positive corporate image. And second, ensure the safety and environmental protection of excavations that employees and local residents. Next. And this is our reference list. Thanks for watching.